Does your past define who you are today? We all have a story. Chapters we might not be proud of. But what if I told you that your destiny isn't written by what you've done, but by what you decide to do right now? This is the story of a man the world called a sinner, and how one single choice, one moment of courage, changed his soul forever. Imagine a man known throughout the land only for his crimes. He was feared, he was hated, and he was utterly alone, trapped in a fortress of his own making. The weight of his actions crushed him day and night. But one day, something inside him finally shattered. He was exhausted from the guilt, tired of the anger, and desperate for a peace he couldn't even name. He yearned for freedom, not from chains, but from himself. He'd heard whispers of a wise man, the Buddha, who spoke of a path to truth, a way out of suffering. A flicker of hope ignited within him. With nothing left to lose, the criminal decided to seek him out. But as he approached the monastery, a familiar, cold dread washed over him. He was afraid of the pointing fingers, the judgmental stares, the whispers. He was certain that even the Buddha's followers, men of peace, would cast him out. So, instead of walking through the main gate with his head held high, he crept around to the back. Shame was his shadow. He found a low spot in the wall and quietly scaled it, landing softly on the other side. He just wanted a glimpse of this hope, even if it had to be from the shadows. At that exact moment, the Buddha was away, walking through the nearby village to beg for alms, a daily practice of humility. The monks, however, quickly spotted the intruder. Recognizing him instantly, they seized him. When the Buddha returned, they dragged the man before him, their voices filled with alarm. "Lord," one of them said, "this man is a notorious criminal. He has done terrible things. He is dangerous and has trespassed here." The Buddha's gaze was not one of anger or fear. It was calm, like a still lake. He looked at the trembling man, whose eyes were fixed on the ground, and asked gently, "Why did you come through the back gate?" The man's shoulders shook. He bowed his head even lower, his voice barely a whisper. "Because I am ashamed, my lord. The world sees me as evil. I wanted to approach you with a heart full of hope, but I was afraid of the hatred in their eyes." At this, Sariputta, one of the Buddha's wisest and most respected disciples, stepped forward. His expression was stern. "Lord," he declared, "people like him can never truly change. If you look into his past lives, you will see a long chain of harmful deeds. It's simply impossible for him to become good." A soft, knowing smile touched the Buddha's lips. He turned his gentle eyes to his disciple and replied, "Sariputta, you are wise, and you have seen this man's past, but you have not seen his future." He then looked back at the kneeling man. "Anyone can change," the Buddha said, his voice resonating with profound compassion. "The transformation begins the very moment they truly decide to." And with those words, the Buddha welcomed the man, the sinner, the outcast, as one of his own disciples. Days turned into weeks. The other monks watched in astonishment. The hard lines on the man's face softened. The fear in his eyes was replaced by a calm, radiant glow. A profound peace surrounded him, a serenity that no one could have ever imagined possible for him. One day, A curious young monk approached the Buddha. "Lord," he asked, "how could a man with such a dark past become so pure in such a short time?" The Buddha replied, "When you stop living in the prison of your past and choose to walk in the light of this present moment, transformation is not just possible, it is inevitable." This story isn't just about a man from long ago. It's about you. It's about me. It's about every single one of us who has ever felt defined by our mistakes. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, the past is not your prison. Your very next decision is your key to freedom. So, I want you to ask yourself a serious question. Will you continue to punish yourself for the person you were? Or will you start loving and building the person you can still become? Because one decision, one sincere choice made right now, has the power to erase a lifetime of mistakes. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that inspires change. We'll see you in the next one.